Today on Campaign Check, we're taking a look at education, one of the key battlegrounds of any election campaign. And this morning, the Lib Dem leader Jo Swinson addressed inequality in the classroom, claiming that the achievement gap between richer and poorer children can best be closed in the early years. But under the Conservatives, it's widening. So, is she right that the most disadvantaged pupils are lagging behind because of the Tories? This chart shows how many months pupils that get free school meals are behind their peers. And you can see that by GCSEs, poorer pupils are just over 18 months behind. Now, the gap has been narrowing, which is why this line is going down. And it's ascending in primary schools too. But progress is slowing. And last year, the GCSE gap actually got wider. And in early years, which is for children up to 5 years old, that's what the Lib Dems have been talking about, it's the same story. The gap has been falling a little, but lately it's widened. So Jo Swinson is correct, although we should say only just, because the gap that she refers to, which is inequality by the end of reception year, has only widened by the equivalent of 3 days. And the think tank that makes this data says in the early years there was no substantial change to the gap. Now, of course, this technical discussion risks missing the point, which is that the gap starts early in life, gets larger and shows no sign of closing. So what are the main parties going to do about it? Well, they've all pledged extra money for schools, Labour and the Greens more substantially, although the Lib Dems have also pledged a significant sum to provide 35 hours of free childcare. But given the scale of the gap, even the largest sums are unlikely to make a difference. The Impartial Education Policy Institute suggests that at the current rate of progress, it would take more than 500 years to close the GCSE attainment gap. That would take us up to the year 2581. And when they assessed the manifestos, they found that the parties' pledges were unlikely to deliver. So Jo Swinson is right to say the attainment gap is widening and that the early years is the most effective place to fix it. But if the Lib Dems or any party suggests they can close the gap with their funding proposals, that claim would need a lot of scrutiny.